You know, some of these commissioned pieces are very expensive, but it saves time because you don't have to make them.
And you're supporting somebody else.
And you're supporting someone else.
What they love for a
And
living.
making things is really hard. So here's the
time
thing.
consuming.
So here's the thing.
Yes.
So I
And
talked a
expensive
lot of
sometimes.
game
Expensive,
about
yeah.
Huntress. I was so about this costume. I gave myself like, okay, here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm pretty sure I can figure out how to like. Her costume is basically a black suit with a cross on it. In the version that I wanted to do, it has like a belly window. It was much better shape then. And how hard? Okay, it's fine. It's a shirt with a hole cut in it. So I got a bunch of black shirts from the store so I would have backups in case one got messed up. Unlikely. And I got all this white material, which was actually like a pillowcase. But whatever, it's white material. You don't need,
Yeah,
you don't need to go to
doesn't matter.
Joann's for every little
Whatever
thing.
you have.
Yeah.
So I cut these strips and I had it all patterned out. I made the cape actually using a pattern from Joann's, and started to cut the window out. 1,000% failing to remember that material has stretch to it. So when you cut a hole in it, it just no longer is the shape that you expect.
Okay, on that note, I had the same problem with my Harley Quinn. Yeah, like fabric doesn't react the way that you expect all the time.
No.
So
There's 4-way stretch, 2-way stretch.
yeah,
There's
so
a million, no stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I gave myself a ton of time for this costume because it was my first ever thing. I've never sewn anything before, but how hard could it be? That's kind
Famous
of like
last
my
words.
life motto is how hard
Yeah.
could it be? It was hard. So I don't have a sewing machine at that point. So I was like hand stitching this outfit and I was able to get the cross part, but I could not get that damn window to work. And then, so my husband was like, why don't you just not do the window? And that was out of the question. So,
No thanks.
I was working on it. Now it's the night before the convention. It is not working because I'm doing the same thing over and over, hoping that it does something different, which I hear is a definition of insanity. But I didn't know what else to do. And there aren't a lot of tutorials on this particular character because she's not, I think that she's great, but she's not like the most popular DC character.
Mainstream.
Yeah, so not a lot of people cosplay her. So, which was, in my eyes, kind of another bonus because even if it wasn't like great, there wasn't a lot to compare it to. So, pretty good. Except that I couldn't get it done. So the night before, I'm in tears. It's probably 10 p.m. I was like, I have to be something because I had decided that I was cosplaying. I have to be something. This isn't going to work. Finally, at 10 p.m., admitted to myself, like, maybe this is for once you get better skills. All this to say, maybe choose a character that you like, but be realistic about what your skills are. Because maybe buying something. But I didn't. So,
Do as I say, not as I do.
yeah, so my next idea was to pick up this huge stack of DC like single, it's like the single ones. It's not like the graphic novel size ones. It's like all those little like ones. And just what other characters are there? This is the only one I've been thinking about for months now. Like I don't want to do Harley Quinn. Everybody does Harley Quinn and they do it so well that I didn't want that to be my first one. So I like get to Black Canary. I was like, I can probably do that. I have fishnets. But I couldn't quite figure out what she was wearing. So I was like, and I didn't have anything. I maybe had a leather jacket. I was like, okay, I need to make this catsuit body thing. But didn't have any ideas. So we went to Google and we found which stores were open. And the only thing open after 10 o'clock that sells clothes are the sex shops. So we went on to every single sex shop from my house down to Tacoma looking for something that could mimic Black Canary's suit.
Wow.
A leather bodysuit. Wow.
Perfect.
But guess what
I mean,
you
it makes
can't
sense.
find,
Really?
of all
That's
things.
shocking.
They have like lots of little like teddies and
Yeah.
things with little like
Yeah.
what is this
Like
called?
lacy
Lace?
things. Yeah.
The
But
baby doll thing.
she's not, and her personality does not account for laciness either, so I couldn't do that. So I was looking through the comic. My husband was driving me to each individual spot. We're getting to like almost midnight where the places are actually going to start closing, so we're like,
This
booming.
is still the night before.
Yeah.
God.
And I'm like literally like, running in, looking through all the things, like, nope, we gotta go. And then we were just like running in, running out. So we probably looked like we were thieves. But
No, you're on a mission. It's
I was on a
different.
mission. And we get pulled over on the way to our very last option.
Very last sex shop.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, do you know how fast you were going? And I was like, I have to get to the next shop. I was in a full on panic mode. Like, we really just have to get to this next shop. This is the last one. And I was like pulling up the comics and I was like, I have to find this and I don't know where else I'm going to find it. And I need it by tomorrow. And blah, 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 blah. I was going on and on and on and on. And this poor guy was like,
Tell me the cop was a nerd.
I don't know if he was, but he definitely felt for my husband. Because I was just, words were coming out of my mouth. I've never said so many words in a row in my whole life. And I was holding up the comics to him like, I have to find this.
Oh my
You don't
God.
understand, officer. This is an emergency.
I was like on the verge of tears. He's like, good luck, man. Okay.
Get there safe.
And guess what we found at the last stop? Thank you to Mr. Cop for letting us go because we ended up finding a swimsuit.
Nice. There you
And
go.
that's all it is. A swimsuit, leather jacket, fishnets, knee-high leather boots. Easy peasy.
That
So-
cosplay looked so professional and great, though. I never would have
Yeah.
guessed it was like
Thank you.
thrown together last minute and taken from sex shops, and then also that it was just a swimsuit. Like it looked like a leather bodysuit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Well,
good job.
it's amazing what the last minute con crunch will do to
Brings
your
out a
motivation.
certain kind of creativity
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my husband and I last night putting the set together for our shoot.
Yep.
Con crunch at home.
Mhm.